I'm so tired right now. I really did not want to do this review this week. I don't like reviewing SmackDown. And I tried to tell this person this why I don't like reviewing SmackDown, and he was just insisting and insisting and you know what, I just decided fuck it, why not? I'll review SmackDown. But I kind of want to just talk about why I don't want to review SmackDown and why I don't like reviewing SmackDown first before I kind of get into this review. I don't like reviewing SmackDown that much. SmackDown to me is just so watered down and boring now. Pretty much all the SmackDown stars I care about and I want to see are on Raw anyways, and their feuds get built up to Raw. It's pretty much just seeing necessary bullshit to build up their feuds, and ultimately SmackDown doesn't do a very good job to make me want to watch it even more. I mean, yes, I know it's a wrestling product, and yes, I should support the wrestling product, but sometimes it's just like, do I really need to support SmackDown on everything they fucking do? I mean, really, to be honest, it's taped. I can read the results. Friday nights, I'm normally out. Today, I'm just not feeling really good, so I'm just like, I'll just stay home. I got a lot of shit to do Saturday night. I got a lot of shit to do Sunday night. So, Money in the Bank review, Strike Force, UFC recap. So I said, you know what? I'll do the SmackDown review. I'll just do the SmackDown review, see how it works out. If you guys like them, maybe I'll keep doing them every week. But I can't guarantee you that. If I don't have a SmackDown review every week, guys, just don't be mad. It's just that, like, to be honest, it's just sometimes it's just so hard to watch this shit. So SmackDown opens up with Zack Ryder. Woo woo woo! And so fucking Zack Ryder comes out and instead of giving us a groundbreaking explanation of what we're gonna see tonight, maybe talk about like how excited he is, like in a personal perspective, or put himself in a match to win a title. We get some bullshit where he wants to start fist pumping, and I say, wow. And then Del Rio comes out and calls him a loser, and then I say, I totally agree with you, Del Rio. And then Zack's like, I'm not a loser, you're facing Sin Cara. And then I'm like, what the fuck? And then Del Rio and Sin Cara happens, and I'm like, pretty decent match. Okay way to open up Zackdown, Smackdown, whatever the fuck you want to call this shit this week, but nothing really too much to write home about. At least Del Rio got the win here. He really needs a win here to keep his momentum going along with Sheamus. But later in the video, you're going to see how no matter what Del Rio does, his momentum will never match up to Sheamus' momentum. In the worst backstage segment I have ever seen, Big Show was mad at Zack Ryder. He's like, I should have been Red GM. I'm fucking Big Show. In fact, I'm gonna be GM right now. And he was like crying. I'm like, fucking, hey, what are you doing, Big Show? And then afterwards, it was just random as fuck. Great Khali like touches Big Show, and then Big Show looks at Great Khali like, oh no, it's you. And then Zack's like, meet your opponent. And I'm like, wow. That was my reaction. I was like, wow. And then we get Primo and Epico. Well, not Primo and Epico. Primo with Epico and Rosa Mendes facing off against Darren Young with Abraham Washington and Titus O'Neil. Titus O'Young. I don't know. I forgot his last name. Sue me. I'm sorry. I'm tired. I'm not feeling good. I'm just trying to think about this. But this was an okay match. I really did like Darren Young in this match. Primo always puts on a very good match. And is it to me, or does AW sound like the Def Jam Vendetta announcer? Keep going at it, baby! Like, seriously. Just go look at it. And just go listen to a Def Jam Vendetta, and you can hear the similarities of Abraham Saddam Washington's voice between the Def Jam Vendetta announcer. Oh, he hit him with the hurricane! Is that shit legal? If you guys know what Def Jam Vendetta is, good for you. If you don't, then I'm fucking sorry. But Primo wins here, and I was just like confused at that decision making because I thought primetime players would be pushed more to the next level. But maybe you'll get more inspiration. Maybe we'll get cool training packages with the primetime players in AW. Maybe they will build primetime players to be something bigger in their tag team division. And no, you know what? That would make too much fucking sense for the WWE. So, in all honesty, I don't see them doing much with the primetime players right now. But hopefully they do, because I really do like the idea of the tag team. And Primo and Epico, and if they're going to have to turn face, so be it. I'll be fine with that, because really the only face tag teams we have are the Usos, who are cooking on the WWE Network, or not WWE Network, the YouTube. And what's R-Truth and fucking Kofi Kingston's tag team name? Little Chris, do you know? See, even Little Chris doesn't know what the fuck this tag team name is. Like, what the fuck? Is it Little Boom or some bullshit like that? Yeah, that, I don't know. It's the WWE, so we just have to guess. And then we got another corny backstage segment with Chris Jericho and Zack Ryder, and they were just kind of they acted like little kids. It was like, what the fuck? Like, okay, so like Zack Ryder's talking to Sheamus, and he's like, "Oh, Sheamus, you gotta wrestle tonight, man. I need you, bro." And Sheamus like, "Oh, I don't know, if I love my shoulder." And then afterwards, Zack Ryder was all like talking to Chris Jericho, and Jericho's like, "Oh, I have to see it to believe it. This show sucks." And he's like, "No, yes, no, yes, no, yes." And then Zack Ryder gets all mad, and then puts in the match with Sheamus, and we get Sheamus and Jericho. That could be a main event for the motherfucking pay-per-view, for a motherfucking pay-per-view in the future. But no, we get on Friday Night Zackdown. Yay. Cody Rhodes and Dolph Ziggler faced off against IC champion Christian and United States champion Santino Marella. Standard tag match for SmackDown. Really did like the Christian and Cody Rhodes interaction in this match when they were in the ring. Did not really like what they did with Christian and Cody Rhodes. I thought it was a cop way out. I wish they kind of made it like maybe a cool double team finish by Dolph Ziggler and Cody Rhodes, and maybe Cody Rhodes backstabbing Dolph Ziggler or Christian standing up tall just to add variety. But Dolph Ziggler ends up hitting his show-off move on Santino Marella, and really that was a good move by the WWE because Dolph Ziggler needs all the momentum he can get heading into Money in the Bank, so I'm fine with that. So, yeah, let's move on. Before I talk about the next segment on SmackDown, I just kind of want to make a little rant on something about the Raw recaps. WWE, enough! Fuck your Raw recaps. I'm sick and tired of it. It's bad enough when I want to watch the Superstars and I have to sit through that damn shit and NXT, but SmackDown? Really? SmackDown! I have to sit through that on SmackDown. I don't want to sit through 15 minutes of Monday Night Raw shit that I already seen happen, that I already have on my goddamn DVR. If I want to watch it so bad, I will. I mean, really, to be honest, I could care less right now, because you guys try to shove it down our throats, and you guys don't understand. That's what makes fans sick of your product. I remember the old Raw recaps that would show everything that happened on the show, and then it would be like 1 to 2 minutes showing everything that happened on the show, and then a whole minute would be dedicated to the main event. I remember that. But nowadays, you guys can't even fucking do that. You guys can't even show what happened on the rest of the shows because your fucking Raws suck. And now, you only focus on one match on the main event, and sometimes that match isn't even main event. It's really pathetic. Yeah, I just think it's so fucking pathetic. But you know what's even more pathetic? Big Show and Khali. And this match went like this. You took a shit, it was over. You blinked, it was over. You tried to find a way how many licks it takes to a Tootsie Roll Pop, it's fucking over. Hell, it's way... By the time you're finally licked at a Tootsie Pop, these motherfuckers probably had like 29 other matches. Maybe even 50 other matches. This match sucked. Big Show wins. This is not 1996. This is not 2004. Stop booking him like he's a goddamn monster. Fuck Big Show right now. Seriously, I'm just tired of seeing Big Show's old ass now. I mean, seriously. Like, what the fuck? So we go to commercial. I'm just wondering what's next on this SmackDown, and then I see Tyler Rex and Kurt Hawkins, and then I'm like, oh, not him, and then I wasn't on at Tyler Rex or Kurt Hawkins. Ryback, and then Ryback comes out, does his usual Ryback stuff. Tyler Rex got some good offensive moves in, but then Tyler Rex loses to Ryback, and Ryback gets his Feed Me More chance. And then we go on to Damien Sandow versus Justin Gabriel. Damien Sandow and Justin Gabriel was a pretty solid match. These two had a back and forth encounter on SmackDown. And really, to be honest, I did like this match a little bit. It was nothing too spectacular, but I really think it was a good win for Damien Sandow. With a bunch of other Money in the Bank winners, getting wins throughout the weeks, Damien Sandow needed at least a pretty decent sized win to really push himself to that next level and push himself into maybe a momentum streak where people could actually believe him becoming a Money in the Bank holder. For me, though, I think it's too early for Damien Sandow. Like I said in my predictions, let this kid grow. Let him, work his way up. Don't try to push everything too fast, because when you push stuff too fast, sometimes some people like it, some people don't. But most of the time, it ends up negative, and sometimes you can just turn off a product that a heel wins the title in such a fast manner. Ugh. Sorry, guys. I'm just so tired, and I just want to finish up this review real quick. Sorry if this is a bad review to you. I'm trying my best to keep it entertaining. I'm just so out of it right now. I'm trying to remember like little details. But next up was the main event of the evening: Sheamus versus Chris Jericho. Sheamus and Jericho had a very damn good match. I really did enjoy this match. But the one thing that really bugged me throughout this match, and I was just sitting here and I was like, what the fuck is Michael Cole trying to say? So Michael Cole basically was talking about how since Alberto Del Rio is so physical against Sin Cara that Sheamus is going to have problems because, you know, Del Rio beat a tough superstar today. And I'm thinking to myself, what the fuck? So you're trying to tell me that just because Del Rio kicked the ass of a fucking midget, that he's going to kick the ass out of Sheamus? I'm not going to believe that shit. You're so stupid. Hell no. I ain't believing that shit at all. I mean, seriously. Like, just because Del Rio kicked Sin Cara's ass, I hope he's been kicking Sin Cara's ass. I mean, look at the size of Sin Cara and look at Del Rio. Like, what the fuck, Michael Cole? Think before you speak. Don't make it seem like, oh yeah, just because he beat Sin Cara means he's gonna have an easy time with Sheamus. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. That's like let's just say for MMA examples, Anderson Silva beats up fucking Frankie Edgar. It's like me saying, oh, Anderson Silva beat up Frankie Edgar. Now he's gonna beat John Jones easily. It's like, what the fuck? That makes no sense. I mean, really, it doesn't. It's like the Dwight Howard situation right now. Dwight Howard going, I don't know which team I want to go on. I mean, that's pretty much what you're trying to say to me. You're trying to say that you don't know what the fuck you're saying, so shut the fuck up, Michael Cole. I mean, seriously, that made no sense. How in the fuck, like understand this, people. I know I'm emphasizing a lot because it makes no fucking sense. How in the fuck does Del Rio beat up a fucking midget and all of a sudden he can beat up Sheamus? That makes no fucking sense. We're fake. We're fake. That's what you guys need to say, because honestly, it's just pathetic. Pathetic. But the match was good. But then I was thinking of something. Gee, WWE, Sheamus hasn't lost in a while. How about we make him lose? And then they didn't. He gets a random bro kick, pretty much. It's like the bro kick now is like the new RKO or the FU in 2007. Remember in 2007 the FU would have that, oh my god, Cena, you know, that type of effect. That's what the bro kick has. The bro kick's like, it's a shameful pain, and then it hits people in the head, and then afterwards he pins it, lobster head, and all this other bullshit, too many lies, and then he holds a belt, and he goes, ugh. I mean, it's just so boring. I mean, seriously. When's the time I'm going to see Sheamus actually lose a goddamn match on SmackDown? When's the time where I can actually believe a challenger has a chance? Why didn't Del Rio run in on this goddamn main event? Why didn't Del Rio kick the living shit out of Sheamus? And why didn't he promote himself to a better level? Why don't they market himself better so that way Del Rio looks believable at beating Sheamus and people may be interested for the goddamn world title match? I don't know. It makes too much sense. WWE, why? Why? How hard is it to have Sheamus lose one match? Just one fucking match. But it's okay, because he's gonna win up at Money in the Bank regardless. Del Rio did attack them at the end of the show, but like it didn't matter because Sheamus still has more momentum than Del Rio does. And in all honesty, this SmackDown, I wouldn't say it was a terrible episode as much as I ranted and screamed. I did like how it built toward Money in the Bank. I thought it had better build to Money in the Bank than Raw. I mean, seriously, to be honest, this one actually did a pretty good job. You know, you solidified Ziggler as a top person in there. For better or for worse, Big Show was solidified. You know, Jericho could have used the solidification by being Sheamus tonight, but hey, that would make too much fucking sense, so that way we don't make the Raw Money in the Bank seem so one-sided. But hey, whatever. It's the WWE. Right now, they've just been off the record. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. They've just been off the record as of late. But the one thing though is that they have a good track record with pay-per-views this year. I give the SmackDown a D+. D+, not B. D+. But thank you all for watching. I'm about to go watch some documentaries. See y'all later.